Chapter 17. The next day, Logan Kellerman started up the walk at 530 Park Avenue Extension, a package under his arm. Eli Mulroney was sitting on his porch, just as Griffin and Ben had been certain he'd be. "He's always there," Griffin had said. "We've passed by that place a dozen different times. He might as well be a pink flamingo on the lawn." "What can I do for you, son?" Logan beamed at the old man. "I live at 530 University, and this parcel was delivered to our house by mistake. Are you," he consulted the label, "E. Mulroney?" "That's my name, but I'm not expecting any packages." Logan stepped onto the porch and showed the old man the label, fresh from the printer of Melissa's computer. Mr. Mulroney looked bewildered. "That's me, all right. Who's it from?" Logan shrugged. "It doesn't say. Maybe there's a card inside." The old man produced a lethal-looking pocket knife and neatly slid the taped sides of the carton. Several hundred styrofoam peanuts scattered across the porch. "God bless America!" he roared at the mess. Then he pulled out a magnetic chess, checkers, and backgammon set, a box of dominoes, a deck of cards, and a Monopoly game. "No note?" asked Logan. "I'm not reaching in there. Those fool peanuts stick to your hand and you can't shake them off." "Well, it must be from someone who knows you like games," Logan persisted. "I hate games," Mulroney snapped. Although his eyes gleamed. "I used to be a real whiz at backgammon. Of course, that was a long time ago." Logan sensed the opening and went for it. "I always wanted to play backgammon. Would you teach me? If you have the time?" The old man raised an eyebrow. "Doesn't a kid like you have something better to do than play around with an old geezer?" This is it, thought Logan. Time for his talent to shine. He cultivated a wan look that was part shy and part sad. "Not really. We just moved here and I haven't made any friends yet." "Pull up a chair, son. What's your name?" Logan's heart was pounding. His first real acting job, and this one could bring in the biggest paycheck this side of Hollywood. That night, the heist team gathered in the Bing's garage for the unveiling of Griffin's new plan. The smart pick leaned against the wall, standing like a sentry over the crowded workbench, the nerve center of the operation. The Great Baseball Card Heist, Round 2. The team. Number 1, Griffin Bing, team leader and blowtorch operator. Number 2, Ben Slovak, lieutenant and tight spaces specialist. Number 3, Savannah Drysdale, dog whisperer. Number 4, Logan Kellerman, nosy neighbor, neutralizer, and lookout number 1. Number 5, Antonia Pitch Benson, second-story woman. Number 6, Melissa Dukakis, electronics and lookout. Number 7, Darren Vader, muscle and miscellaneous. Rendezvous point, water tower. Entry point, skylight. "Okay," Griffin turned to Pitch. "How do we get in?" "We're going to need a 24-foot extension ladder," she replied. "That'll get us to the edge of the roof." She produced a photograph of the rear of the Palomino house. "See that vent pipe? We'll loop a rope around it. Then we can climb up and over to the skylight, which is right here," she pointed, "just below the peak on the east side." "Sounds simple enough," said Griffin. "If you're a mountain goat," Ben added nervously. "It's not as scary as you think," Pitch assured him. "We'll be wearing climbing harnesses up on the roof. Even if you fall, you don't fall. I'll run you guys through a quick mountaineering 101 before we go, but that's just to get you used to the equipment. There's no real danger." "Right," Griffin approved. "Okay, Logan, you're next. How's it going with Mr. Mulroney?" Logan was his usual modest self. "If they gave Academy Award for heists, I'd walk away with all the hardware. I've created a role so real, so three-dimensional, so heartwarming." "Just spit it out," Darren demanded impatiently. "He's teaching me to play backgammon, but it's so much more. I've truly become this character." "I should hope so," said Griffin. "It's you. You're playing yourself. And the whole point is to make sure the old guy doesn't get a whiff of what we're doing and call the cops. Now, what's your report?" "Nothing gets Mr. Mulroney out of the chair, that's for sure," Logan told them. "He takes bathroom breaks and makes sandwiches to eat outside. He says he only needs 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night. He's kind of a wingnut, you know what I mean? I like him a lot. Maybe I'm a wingnut too. You think? Put Darren, in a voice that dripped with sarcasm. Oh yeah, added Logan. He's really proud of the fact that even at his age, he still has 20/20 vision. Ben held his head. You sure there isn't anything else we need to know? Maybe his rocking chair has radar? No, that's pretty much it. Except the skylight. You can see it from Mr. Mulroney's porch, even at night. The streetlights reflect off the glass. Ben blew his stack. When were you planning on mentioning this? When the guy's dialing 911 on heist night? We'll have to figure out a way to turn off the streetlight for a while, said Griffin. Now, Melissa, have you made any progress hacking into Swindle's email? Melissa parted her hair. Oh, that's already done. He has 2 addresses, one personal and one for business. They both run through the website he set up for his store. Every message he gets comes to my computer first. What we need, Griffin explained, is a time when it's safe to make our move. You know, a good 3 or 4 hour window when he'll definitely be out of the house. I don't see anything like that. How about a weekend out of town, Ben persisted. A wedding or a family reunion? Even a big fancy dinner in New York City. She shrugged. Not really. Most of his personal email is just spam. There was something from the New York Rangers Booster Club and a notice from E-Grocer that his 20-pound turkey had been shipped. Griffin was disgusted. Oh, sure, like a nasty, obnoxious crook knows enough people willing to sit down and eat a 20-pound turkey. Well, Logan reasoned, Thanksgiving isn't too far away. If you've got nothing to do, better to do on a holiday than hang out with Swindle, Ben said sadly. You've got nothing to be thankful for. This is just peachy, Griffin moaned. We've got the perfect plan and no chance to try it because we can't get the jerk out of the house. Could we try it during the day when he's at the store? Savannah suggested. I thought of that, said Griffin. It's just too exposed. The ladder alone would stand out like a sore thumb. Darren laughed out loud. Bing, you're such a dope. This auction is going to come and go while you sit around waiting for him to go to the movies. Use your brain. If you want him out, get him out. Pitch was angry. We can't kidnap the guy. He sells sports memorabilia, Darren ranted. He's a Rangers fan. Buy him a ticket to the hockey game. Oh, yeah, Griffin seethed. Here's a little thank you gift for ripping us off. That'll work. Maybe we could mail it to him with a letter that says he won the prize, Savannah suggested. Griffin shook his head. He'll see through it in a second. You don't win a contest when you've never entered one. Darren was growing exasperated. Here's what you do. Stick the ticket in a birthday card with somebody else's name on the envelope and drop it in Swindle's mail slot like somebody delivered it to the wrong house. If this guy's as rotten as you say he is, he won't be able to resist the idea that he's cheating somebody out of a ticket. Of course he'll go to the game, and he'll stay till the last shot of the final period. Is that how your sick mind works? Pitch asked, revolted. No, Griffin said excitedly. I think Darren's onto something. Griffin Bing and Darren Vader had never been friends. Griffin had accepted Darren on the team only because he'd been blackmailed into it. He disliked Darren, but even worse, he didn't trust him. And in an operation like this, trust was everything. But now he was coming to understand that Darren brought a talent to the heist that even the boy himself didn't see. Darren was so awful that he actually was capable of thinking like Swindle.